Danielle, you got the lads going to Tasmania this weekend. Quite a few of your development guys in the group. What sort of team you taking over?
Yeah, we are really taking a team that's full of youth, and a lot of training players and development players get a great opportunity and find out what they're like at NBL level. But yeah, still some veterans, Newley and in some ways Ariel as a third year kind of guy, but and Cole Bowen's become a great leader for us, and Tanner Krebs we believe will be available for some part of it. But yeah, a couple of other guys with some niggling injuries that we just want to rest and make sure that they're ready for the Southeast game.
How's Ariel coming along, and is he and Kyle building a nice little bond, considering you've got them on the practice court so much together, or playing against each other as well, I should say?
Yeah, a lot of playing against each other. So yeah, I think we've had some really positive outcomes the last few years with Jock and Joe and Joe and Ariel, and right now this is Ariel and KB, and they're going at each other every day, but they've given good feedback to each other about how they thought each other performed, and they're both getting better.
How's Ariel looking? How's he physically coming along, and is this weekend pretty helpful to him to get a good blowout?
Yeah, I think we've managed him really well. There was the first preseason game we played him 16, 17 minutes. We think we can get him up to 22, 23, something like that per game for 2 games. And so, he's creeping up, and what we've seen in practice is, that he hasn't been exhausted after 3 or 4 minutes. He's been able to push through and keep going, and he doesn't need to be managed at all in practice anymore. So, great growth in that. His touch, his understanding, his physicality, his talk. As a young guy, we always want those things to be a little bit better, but we see great improvement.
And with Daly, how's he going along? We're not going to see him at the World Cup, sadly, but he's just doing his work here with you guys day in, day out.
Yeah, I think when he obviously missed that team, he just wanted to get straight back into his work with us, and took a minor injury, and it's kind of set him back, and he probably hasn't been great in not being on the practice floor. It's been frustrating for him. They just wanted to get back in and keep working. So, but I think it's actually good for him to just have this little break right now. Just let his body, he works so hard to try and make that team. So just take a breath, let his body breathe, and get ready for the challenge of Garden Southeast in the preseason game.
What are you seeing from the other guys during these matches? Do you still have some development guys you're looking at for the future, or how are you sort of using these other spots that you've got?
Yeah, it's an opportunity. There's, we still have development spots, available, and so we've tried a couple of guys out for that, and there's still a roster spot that we have to sign, and we believe that'll potentially come from one of our development players. So these games for those guys, to advance a little bit in their careers is huge, and you just want the opportunity to see them play against NBL talent, and with Tassie, the discipline and the aggression that they play with, that if you're not ready, you'll get exposed, and so no better opponent for us to go against.
And is Luke just doing a bit of limited stuff as well at the moment? Luke Travis?
Yeah, Luke's, same thing, just took a little niggle, and, certainly not far away from playing this game, but, best that we're cautious with him at this time. And again, a huge off-season for him with NBA Summer League and winning a championship, and the grind he went through after the NBL season. And so, again, good for him just to catch a breath right now.
And you coached the Boomers for a couple of games in the qualifying. You've got New Zealand players and South Sudanese guys. How much World Cup are you going to be watching these next few weeks? Are you going to be able to fit it all in?
But I'm locked into Friday night and Saturday night right now to see the first 2 games, and to see. I talked to Shay yesterday, and the opportunity to play the US, and I know when Joe was on the South Sudan team initially that he's looking at the pools, and he was jealous of Shay that he gets the opportunity to go against the US and play that game. But so proud of CG making this team, and obviously had his few little niggles, but it looks like he's going to be at full health, and expect him to to go really well. Jack White, obviously with Landale have taken that injury, and so sad for him to how dominant I thought he would have been at this World Cup, but to have Jack as the guy coming into the Boomers program and what he's going to do over not just this championship but over multiple years as a Boomer is a great start for him.
I know Ariel has his German links too. Are you going to have to quieten him down a bit on the weekend? Because they're going to be a pretty good team too by the looks of it.
Yeah, I got to look at Germany versus the US in their trial game, and super impressed about the way that they were playing. And I think it took a 16-18-0 run from the US to go ahead and win that game. So, Finland's going to be tough in the first one for Aussie as well. You got some big NBA stars on both Finland and Germany, and then you get the host nation as well. So yeah, pretty tough pool, for them, and but look forward to every one of those games being a great contest.